Hi, I'm Thompson-Baugh with Simply Mac in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm going to show you how you can get files that are on a remote hard drive to work inside of your Apple TV. Now, typically what happens is we have to put our videos inside of iTunes for the Apple TV to be able to see it. Now, if your videos are sitting on an external hard drive or maybe on a networked hard drive, how are you going to get them to show up on the Apple TV without iTunes copying them to your home computer? Because that's the problem. When we drag in a video into iTunes, it tries to make a copy for itself inside the library. But we need to get around that if we're going to keep our files on an external hard drive or keep our files on a network drive. Now, one thing that you could even do is you could put that library, that's your iTunes library, on a remote hard drive. But in this case, I'm not going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you just how to bring in the videos that are on a remote hard drive and use them on the Apple TV. So we have to start here on our computer. Now, here on the computer, I've got my iTunes library open. If I come over here to movies, you can see I have a few movies loaded already, and then I have a remotely connected hard drive. This could be a network drive, like a NAS drive, or this could be a drive that's just plugged in with USB or FireWire, and it doesn't really matter. So if I double click on it, you can see I have this video file, Mystery Science Theater here, and I want to bring that here into iTunes. But if I go ahead and I just drag it over, iTunes is going to try and copy it, therefore taking up more space on my computer, which is not something I want to do. So instead, what I'm going to do, here in iTunes, if you're on a Mac, you're going to come up here to iTunes and click Preferences. If you're on a PC, you're going to go to Edit and go under Preferences. So going into Preferences, we're going to come over here to the Advanced tab, it's the far right one, and you'll notice this checkbox that says Copy Files to the iTunes Media folder when adding to Library. This is the one that says, hey, anytime I put anything into my iTunes folder, I need you to give my computer a copy of it, or at least put it into my music folder. So this is something we want to avoid in this case. What I'm going to do is I'm going to uncheck that and just push OK. Now if I go ahead and I grab this video and drag it into the library, iTunes will take a quick second just to process it, and then it puts it right in the library. But it hasn't copied it to my computer. It's still over there on my external hard drive or my remote drive. So now, if we come over here and we look at our Apple TV, we'll go to the computers. So here on computers, I'm going to come here to movies. And you'll see right there is the movie that I added. It's actually seeing that from the remote drive because it's inside of my iTunes library, but it's still on the remote drive. It hasn't copied it to my library. So now I could go ahead and start playing that up, and it would actually play from my remote drive. That's how you're going to add videos from other sources like an external drive or a remote hard drive.